Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited because I don't know if you guys noticed, I'm in all my grungy glory, and that is because of this wonderful palette by Blend Bunny Cosmetics. I needed to do this video because here's the backstory. I got the original Blends palette by Blend Bunny and I fell in love with it. It's my favorite rainbow palette. However, when this one came out, and I believe it came out like in the beginning of September, maybe late August, and I saw it and I was like, oh my God, I want it, I want it. But then I always feel guilty when I'm purchasing new palettes. Always feel guilty. And part of that is because I have so many. They come in through PR or, things that I've bought in the past that I still use. I just feel bad hoarding anything. Okay. So I sat on it for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then finally, I believe it was last week, or 2 weeks ago, I saw that it was on sale. There was a coupon code for her 25K followers on the Blend Bunny Cosmetics IG. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. It's beautiful, and I'm glad I did. So, long story short, here it is, and I wanted to show it to you guys and give you guys a short but sweet video on this palette. If you guys can see, that is freaking lovely. And what I love the most about her palettes is that you see this color is kind of blowing out on the camera because it's so neon. This entire bottom row is neon, followed by shimmers, followed by deep grungy fall tones, and then you have your mid-tones and then pastels. Let's see, there you can kind of see the color a lot better. Okay, let me tell you guys the difference between the two, because I absolutely had to show those of you that already have the Blends palette and are feeling the same way that I was feeling. I need to show you guys a comparison and kind of how I summarize what each palette does for you. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I have the Blend Bunny Cosmetics palette here in front of me. I'll open it up for you guys. And this is what it looks like. So the original palette, you have, of course, all of your colors. So it's a rainbow palette. It's a true rainbow palette, but it's all matte. And the way I like to summarize this palette, it's that it's every color of the rainbow that you'll ever need and more. It's matte. It'll be the base of all of your color looks. So you want to create an orange look, you can create all of it and then add a shimmer that you have from another palette, add it to it, or another color, etc. This is basically the best rainbow palette you can have. It's all mattes. You'll never run out. I mean, you'll run out if you use it all, duh, but you won't run out of color combinations because you have everything here. Okay. However, this is your rainbow palette, and this is kind of like your all the mattes you'll ever need rainbow palette. This palette, on the other hand, the Surge palette, this palette is an exploration of different textures. So you have all of your neons. You also have shimmers, really great shimmers. I love these, by the way. You have deeper fall tones. And then you have your mid-tone and pastels, and these also feel a little bit more muted than your bright pastel. I also love that these aren't chalky, so when you blend your deeper colors, you're not just gonna be blending with white. Pastels tend to do that, where they turn into nothingness, into white. These don't do that, and I love that. When I got this palette, I'm like, I love this for us. I love it. The neons are amazing. They blend well. And I also feel like a little goes a long way with these. But again, you can go ham and chef's kiss. So to summarize, the Surge palette is a combination of different formulas, different types of shadow. So it's not just all mattes, and it's also a fall color story. It's a grungy color story, and it's also I think it blends very well into fall, into winter and spring. So it's kind of like a nice almost all year type of palette, and I love that for us. I really do. Side by side, if I show them to you, here you have your rainbow, and here you have your grunge, and you can tell the differences between the two, and you're basically all set with those two. I feel like, especially with the mattes and the blends, you can also use them for blush. They're both definitely kind of like full kits of makeup in terms of color, and I really love that and I appreciate that. And I'm actually working on using some of this to create lip colors. So basically how I've done that in the past is I've used clear gloss and I've mixed in pigments. I want to see what happens with some of these, because some of these colors are so yummy. I want to use them in lip color. A few details on what I'm wearing today. My lip color is actually from Black Moon Cosmetics, and it's a blend of two. I have cider in the middle, and I also have what is it called? It is called Hazel. So this is what they look like. Black Moon Cosmetics, if you're interested in that. They have awesome lipsticks. And then I have the Surge palette on my eyes, and I will be posting a tutorial of this look very, very soon. I just had to get on here and talk to you guys about this palette that I've fallen in love with, and that hopefully, if you guys have it as well, you share with me your tips and tricks on using the palette, your looks, just all the awesomeness, because I am a big fan. Another thing before we leave, so I have a lot of palettes, and I already have all the mattes I'll ever need. Why should I buy this? Hold the presses, because these mattes are different. And I noticed something when using the Surge palette that I didn't catch the first time around with the blends. The reason I use blends so much is the formula in these mattes, and Surge has the same formula, of course. What I found is that drier matte formulas tend to blend better. I don't know what it is, but it's true. Drier matte formulas blend better. So when you tap your brush in and you try to get your color, it's something that, you know, it comes off really easily. It gets into the brush really nicely. It's a drier type of color, except you don't get the issues that you normally get with a drier product, where it's so pressed into the palette that you can't get the color out. It's the opposite. You can get the color out, but it's drier in terms of placing it on the eye. I love it. I have this theory, and I think I'm right, that the drier your product, so no emollients added or very little emollients added, the longer they last. So I'm happy about that, because then that means I'm going to use these forever. But also, the drier the matte, the better, in my opinion. They work better, they blend better. It's just seamless, and I love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please let me know if you've gotten this palette. The hype is true. I saw a lot of people on TikTok and stuff hyping up Blend Bunny, and let me tell you something. There's a reason. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please follow me on IG. My IG is @JLazMakeup. It'll be linked below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.